those that are here on the live version of this presentation tonight. Listen, thank you so much for um, carving out some time out of your schedule to learn more about what we're doing here with Valentus. And as always, you all, I'm just tremendously excited about the direction of our company, where we're headed. And again, over the next 25 minutes, I just want to share a couple things with all of you. Keep it very simple to why so many of us said yes to Valentus, what's happening right now with the Slim Rose product, why a lot of us are excited. We're losing weight. We're sharing this with other people, and want you to definitely take a close look at what we're doing. But my name is Marcus Brigham. I'm here in the Mile High city of Denver, Colorado. And let me just tell you, I have been blown away by my own personal experience here with Valentus. Since joining this company a few months back, I'm down 12 pounds, and that was 12 tough pounds. And I can tell you all, it has been absolutely a gold mine for what this business has done for me physically. It really, really has. My family at large, my wife, who was a non-believer early on as far as what this product would do, finally got on it, and she has hit her fitness goal as well. And I'm telling you right now, we are just tremendously excited about this product. And so you're going to learn about the Slim Roast and why, again, not just us, but so many people are winning on this product. Tonight is Thursday, which basically means you want to be able to make a business decision tonight, because many of you have a free position with us right now where there's activity that is probably happening underneath you right now in what we call your success line. And you want to make sure that any business activity that happens from here on out remains underneath you, because here's what happens at midnight tonight. The system will compress, which means only the people that have joined will actually move all the way up that success line, and they will benefit from others that have procrastinated to join, or others who just for some reason haven't decided. And let me just tell you this, by making a decision to join tonight, you'll start to be able to earn based on the activity that's happening below you, even though you have not brought these people into the business. So it's a very unique system that we have. So let's talk about what we're doing over here and why we are, again, excited about Valentus. Number one, coffee is big business. It's the second most traded commodity in the world. 83% of adults drink coffee, which basically means every single day we run across people that drink multiple cups of coffee. If you're like me, every single morning I have myself at least 1 or 2 cups of coffee. We've watched a lot of major brands out there also really shift their overall kind of layout to really lock in on what's happening with coffee, because coffee is huge business. People are making a lot of money from it. So we watch companies like Wendy's when they launched the Redhead Roasters, Dunkin' Donuts, which replaced their logo, which was a donut, to a cup of coffee. Burger King now is in the game, up 25% as far as in sales because of coffee. You all, Subway also now opening up the doors earlier to sell us a cup of coffee. And McDonald's, you all, has absolutely knocked it out the park with McCafe. In fact, when you walk into McDonald's now, it almost feels like you're in a coffee shop. Low-hanging chandeliers, jazz music playing in the background, flat screen TVs. You even find, meetings actually taking place right there in McDonald's because of really the layout of it, and the fact that people can enjoy a delicious cup of coffee and get the ice brewed coffees and all sorts of things. So again, we're just seeing this major change that's happening all because of coffee. When you look at North America, it's the #1 coffee consuming market in the world. 400 million cups of coffee are enjoyed every single day right here in North America. So when we take a look at what we're doing with Valentus, here's the thing I want you all to understand. We have a very unique blend of coffee. You see, our Slim Roast, ladies and gentlemen, is not only a delicious cup of healthier coffee, but it's also a weight loss coffee. We've got tons of before and after stories out there of people who are just drinking our coffee, and as a coincidence of inserting this into their diet, they're starting to notice the difference in how they're losing weight, how they're feeling. The inches are starting to shrink. Their alertness level, their mental capacity, everything is just really just doing amazing things for people. It's just absolutely, again, just really amazing what's happening over here, you all. And so what I wanted to do right now is just kind of show you more of the numbers within Valentus and what's actually taking place. Now, if you look at our numbers February of last year, we actually did $80,000 in sales that month. And so when you start to look at where Valentus is heading, when you fast forward a year later, in February of this year, we did a little bit over $1 million. March, we did 1.4 million. April, we did 2.1 million. In May, $3.4 million in sales. And in June, we clipped that amazing mark of $4 million in sales. So the concept of weight loss coffee is definitely here. But when you look at $4 million in sales, that's a drop in the bucket. There's so much room for us to expand. And so we're looking for those business partners that want to share this vision as well. When you look at companies like Tim Hortons, which recently sold for $11.4 billion, it's just mind-boggling again, just to see how big coffee is. You look at Starbucks. Starbucks now has made it socially acceptable to spend $5 or more for a cup of coffee. I have 6 of us in our family. My wife and I, our daughter, 3 sons. And let me just tell you, when we go to Starbucks, we spend nothing less than $30 every single time we walk in that place. And it's not just us, it's the other families behind us. It's the families behind them. And it just continues to just be that way. And the fact that, again, people would pay that type of money for a cup of coffee really made me think differently when I thought about how this business actually works. When I looked at this concept, and I really believe that it is the next billion-dollar coffee trend, married to weight loss. Let me just kind of tell you my own personal testimonial with this. When I first received my box of coffee, that following morning that I was going to, drink a cup of coffee. I wanted to kind of do a washout period that evening, make sure I didn't have any soda or anything, just water, because I wanted to see what this coffee would actually do. So about 7 a.m. that morning, I made myself a cup of coffee. Now, let me just say this. I always add a little sugar and cream to my coffee, and I did the same thing here. So for those of you wondering how it tastes, let me tell you, the taste is amazing, and I'll confirm that here in a second when I tell you about my wife. But here's the deal. I got on this cup of coffee, add my sugar and cream. About 7 minutes into drinking this cup of coffee, I started to notice that energy that normally takes kind of, an hour or so before in the mornings for it really kicks in, I started to notice that immediately my energy level was starting to elevate. I noticed that kind of that mental fog that always would hang over my head every single morning, it was lifted. It just felt like almost like a smooth little rush that was flowing throughout my body. I felt great, energized. And I just remember grabbing my car keys, headed down to the gym. And let me just tell you this, I got an incredible workout in that morning. My energy level was absolutely through the roof. I got home, got on my laptop, started getting some things done for the day. But here's what happened. Right around noon, when I looked at my watch, I realized, I hadn't had a bite to eat at all. But yet I was satisfied. I wasn't hungry. And so when I started to look up what this product does, that was one of the big things. People talked about curbing your appetite. That had happened to me. In fact, let me go to the screen here. It started to curb my appetite. So I forced myself to eat a banana because I said, I've got to put something in my stomach. It was not till 5 o'clock that evening where I had my first meal. And I remember getting on the phone with my business partner, Dave Lear, and I talked to him. I said, this coffee, there's something about this coffee that's unique. It absolutely, it just flat out works. And now mind you, I had not actually, jumped on the scale because, that was my first cup of coffee. But I knew where I was before I had that first cup of coffee. And so let me just tell you this. About 4 days into it, I remember weighing myself, and let me just say, I was down about 3.5 pounds that particular time. Over the course of a full week, I lost 5 pounds. And so, I was just blown away. Really, really was. It's to a point now at my local game here with my kids. I'm one of the coaches. I had parents that actually came up to me and said, "Coach, you're looking kind of slim, man. What are you doing?" But they weren't teasing me. They were actually pretty impressed. And I just told them, I said, honestly, y'all, I said, I've been drinking this weight loss coffee. And so I was telling them about this coffee. And let me just tell you all this. That's what I love about this product, is that the simplicity behind being able to share it with other people. Literally, that pack of coffee becomes your business card. When we talk about what does this coffee do, again, it curbs your appetite. That's one of the big things that people like about it. If your appetite's curbed, but your energy level's still up, you know what happens? You're not hungry. You don't eat as much. Guys, less calories in is what you want to do. And so I started to look up information like on Garcinia cambogia, which is in this coffee. I mean, it's one of the main ingredients. You all, unbelievable, just third-party documentation out there about how that particular ingredient becomes a fat blocker. You all, it's really a fat buster. And I mean, it's just, again, if you go even look up on YouTube, type in Garcinia cambogia weight loss, you're going to see some amazing stories of people that have lost weight, but even physicians and doctors, scientists out there just talking about what that particular ingredient has shown to do. So notice it's not us telling you what it's going to do. These are ordinary people out there who are not tied to our company telling you when you get on this product. And I can tell you it absolutely works. A lot of people talked about the differences as far as not having so much sugar cravings. I talked about the fact that it's helped me lose weight. You all, it definitely burns fat. It trims you up. Great for helping lose inches around that midsection. Elevates your mood, promotes mental alertness. That's probably one of my favorite things right there, you all. I have so much more mental clarity as well as more mental focus because of this product. Also, let me tell you about my wife a little bit. My wife, you all, huge coffee fan, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I've ordered healthier coffees in the past, and she's tried some of them, and she just didn't like them. I'm going to be honest with you. Nothing against them, but the ingredients are different. Most of those had like a certain type of unique, you know, mushroom in it, and she just thought that it really altered the taste, and so it just wasn't something she liked. So she was extremely reluctant to try this coffee. It wasn't until she ran out of her little K-cups, those Starbucks ones that she always would make. And so finally she said, sweetie, can you go ahead and make me a cup of coffee? I'm going to try that coffee that you talked about. You said it tastes good, so I'm going to try it. So I made her a cup of coffee. Well, I know how she likes her coffee, and I sat it right there on her desk, and I walked out her office. And so I'm, you know, minding my own business in my office, and then I heard my wife start laughing. So I walked into her office, and I said, well, what are you laughing at? And she says, I'm laughing because your coffee's actually pretty tasty. And so, you all, I was really excited. I mean, I was pumped up at that point because I knew how much a critic my wife is about the taste. And so for her to say it tastes great, that was a win for me. If it did nothing else for her, I didn't even care, as long as she thought that the taste was okay. But you all, much like my story, my wife has been able to maintain her weight. She's actually trimmed up a lot. She's lost inches, and she's lost weight. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to put her weight out there because I know how ladies are about that stuff. I'll let her tell you one day. But the bottom line is, we were looking at the scale today, and you all, we're just tremendously excited about where we are as a couple right now. So our goal is to help other people really win the war on weight in their own households and become more healthier as far as being, you know, health conscious about our bodies. You all, there's an old saying, our health is our greatest wealth, and it's very true. And we live in that society right now where we're always crazy busy and things are always going on, and we got to do a better job of taking care of ourselves. And so I believe that this is the best way to disguise a cup of health as in a great, delicious cup of coffee. And that's what we've done with the Slim Roast. You look at these pictures here before and after, look at the midsection on both people. The guy here in the blue jeans, if you look at his stomach closely on the photo on the right, amazing how it's tight and toned. The young lady on the yellow right there, I mean, look how loose her shirt is. And so these are stories that are happening. Veronica Rogers, you may have heard her testimonial on our little 4-minute snippet that we have out there as far as video, down 35 pounds on the Slim Roast. Matthew Leaf, 55 pounds reported on the Slim Roast, you all. Again, these are just a few of several stories out there. I heard this young lady's story. It's amazing, you all. 6-month period, you know, she had a goal of what she wanted to look like in her wedding dress. If you look at the far left to the far right, 6 months later, not only did she crush her goal and was able to comfortably get in her wedding dress, you all, she got in this business and started just absolutely smoking it. Because here's the deal. When you had your own personal story, own testimonial, you're not even selling it. You're just literally telling people your own experience. And that's why her business is exploding. So you all, if we did nothing else but promote the Slim Roast, we got $1 billion concept right there alone. But I love the fact that our company owner is very smart and says, look, while we're meeting the needs in so many different areas with weight loss, we might as well touch on the other needs, you all. And here's the thing. When you look at the Immune Boost, this is a kid-safe product. The Immune Boost, you all, it tastes great. And the thing I love about it, you all, it really puts a barrier of protection around all of us. Because here's the deal. Whether we're at work, whether we're traveling, people are sneezing around us, coughing around us. We're constantly touching different things, you all. We're exposed every single day when you start talking about germs. This product is flooded with tons of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. When you think about the foods that we eat, you all, it's missing from a lot of our diets. Unfortunately, a lot of the foods that we eat are nutritionally bankrupt because of the way they're harvested. Tons of pesticides out there. The topsoils are just not the way they used to be. You all, we've got to do a better job, and this product does just that for us. In this next space, we're in energy. You all, how many times have we seen people drink those Red Bull energy drinks or the Monster energy drinks or the Rockstar energy drinks, those little 5-hour shooters? I was in Starbucks not long ago, in the refreshers. They've got these little refresher drinks. Same thing. You all, that's a huge playground right now. We have a great product in the Prevail Energy. If you haven't tried this or ordered this product yet, you all, I'm telling you, I drink this before I go to the gym. It gives me a nice, smooth release of energy, and I'm able to get it in, you all. It's a great product, okay? Also, one of my favorites, the Prevail Trim. 30 minutes before my biggest meal, I always have this product. What I just did, I made sure I added another box, you all. Again, this is one of the new, what I want to call it. I wanted to say it's one of my new stars of the show. That's how I say that. One of my new stars of the show. I really like that product. So again, those products work great. And I'll be honest with you, if I did not see that I could actually build this business just through the retail side alone, meaning just customers, I would never have done this business. So income area number one, I'm going to talk to those of you that would like to know about the business side of this. Okay, let's talk for a second. So income area number one, we're going to set you up with the retail website. Now, here's how this works. This is a one-time business decision of $20 to do this. Everything I just talked about, you all, it's a $20 business decision. Then, of course, you do need to pick at least one of the different levels that you can get started at, and I'll go over that here in a second. But that $20 is going to give you so many different websites, capture pages, all sorts of things, okay? So you can actually send your movie presentations, all sorts of stuff to your customers or potential customers, and they can learn about the products, okay? Now, when people purchase on your website, our company will receive that signal and that purchase. Our manufacturer will then ship the products out for you. It gets sent to your customers. You don't touch anything, but you get paid, okay? We pay you every single week. Very simple concept. Now, fast start bonuses and legacy bonuses. Here's how this works. Every time someone purchases either the small, medium, or large packs, you'll earn anywhere between $20 to as much as $200 every single time a transaction happens. Very simple. Income areas number 4 and 5. Every single week, we take a snapshot of your business, your entire team's business, and we pay you up to 20% on your pay side. Very simple. What does that look like? If you just did, let's just say, keep it simple. Let's say you did $5,000 in total group sales on your pay side. That means what you've done, you brought your friend Nancy in, she brought Sean in, and let's say Sean brought in a handful of people, they brought in people, and you all collectively did $5,000 that week. We're going to send you a $20, a 20% payout on that pay side, which would be a $1,000 check for the activity that week. The following week, here's what we do. We go back and take another snapshot. Let's say if you do another $5,000, that's another $1,000. We go back the following week and do the same thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's huge. Now, anyone that you personally introduce to this business who also introduces people who then they do the same thing, we pay you all the way 7 levels deep of that same type of generation, okay? You can earn as much as 20% on that as well. So let's just say your friend Lisa, let's say Lisa does $1,000, or let me just make this easy. Let's say Lisa earned $1,000 that week from her dual team. If Lisa earned $1,000, let's say you were entitled to 20%, Lisa would then get her $1,000 check, you would get a $200 check, okay? That's just on Lisa. So imagine if you brought in 5 or 6 people who brought in 3 or 4 people each, you can have literally 30, 40, 50 match checks coming in, and it adds up. I'm telling you, it adds up like, I mean, it's bananas. It really, really does. We've got a shared global bonus pool that you can actually participate in. We give you a car bonus once you hit the diamond level or higher. Very doable in this company, you all. You'll start earning on top of everything you've already take home. You earn an additional $400 to as much as $3,000 just for maintaining certain levels in our company. So we just start throwing, literally not throwing, but even shoveling money at you. It's just bananas. It really, really is. You get your own state-of-the-art website that tracks and manages all your businesses for you, does everything for you. I mentioned to all of you this earlier. It's cutoff time, which means you got to lock in your position. Let's say you're Pam at the bottom. If you lock in your position tonight and nobody else does above you, you will then compress all the way up underneath Dave, which means start tomorrow. Everybody else that hesitated, but then all of a sudden they want to start buying coffee, though their coffee purchases from now on will count for your business, okay? It counts for theirs too, but you get credit and you can get paid on all of that. I showed you how we take a snapshot. Very simple concept, you all. So again, to get started with us is a $20 business decision, plus you have to choose one of the packs here, either the small, medium, or large. Small pack is 1 box of coffee. Very simple. That's a $59.95 decision for a box of coffee plus the $20. So we're talking well under $100 to get started with us. But most people don't start there because they want to make sure they have enough product, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you send out a text message or on Facebook, you let people know you have a weight loss coffee and you want them to try some of it, you're going to run out of coffee. So most people, here's what's happening. They're either coming in at the medium or the large packs. Now, the medium packs, you can get 3 boxes, as you see there, for $129, or 6 boxes for $199, and that's going to reduce each box down by 35%. Very, very nice deal. Now, that $4.99 pack, that's where everybody seems to be coming in at. And here's why. You're getting the box of coffees for about $32 per box. So either $60 or $32 per box. And remember, you all, you're going to sell the product. Most people are sending out a text message as soon as they join, telling people, I just got started with this amazing business. I'm selling weight loss coffee, and I want you to purchase some of this coffee. And you guys, that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening, okay? And as a result of that, I can tell you this. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get that much coffee out. People are going to get excited about this business, and they're going to want to be a part of it, okay? Or you're going to end up getting customers as a result of doing that. So that's the thing about this, you all. It's a win-win all the way around. We've got so many different tools. Let me just tell you about this. We actually have our own system here within Valentus Dream Builders. You want to make sure that you get connected to our system. We basically are giving you so much more value to simplify this for you. We recognize that people are busy like crazy. I'm telling you right now, if it's not my daughter who's in college, if it's not the kids who are more like my wife right now, she's at soccer practice with our youngest. You know, I just got back not that long ago, football practice with our 2 other boys. We're rocking and rolling, you all, in this household. That's just how we do it. But we represent what most people are doing. You all are busy as well. So what I love that we have here at the Valentus Dream Builders, we've given you really a turnkey system that's going to help market your business for you, even though you're not in front of it. That's what we want you to do. It's almost like fishing, where you set out all those fishing lines and you kind of walk away. That's what we want to do. We want to have things out there for you that's marketing and advertising for you. And then it's funneling people into your presentation. So by the time you talk to them, it's not this cold situation where they don't know anything. They're saying, hey, you know, tell me about this business. They're basically saying, hey, everything I saw looks great. I want to try a box of that coffee, and I might be interested in doing this business. Now, how much more enjoyable is that type of conversation versus calling up somebody and you're starting from, you know, basically trying to build rapport and talking to them, and then you try to do the backdoor thing. You guys, you can do that, but I'm going to be honest, this is the nice thing about our system. It simplifies it, and it's designed for busy people. I love this quote. It says, whatever you like to do, make it your hobby, but whatever the world likes to do, make it your business. And I could not agree more with Warren Buffett. You all, we have something people love to do, and that's drink coffee. And number 2, people love to lose weight, or at least want to lose weight. And we have really the perfect scenario for both. So what I want to do now, you all, is keep things alive, keep this energy high, and actually have you jump on our corporate call that's getting ready to kick off here in about another 5 minutes. The number that you see here on the screen, you want to go ahead and dial that 530-881-1212 number, and then the PIN. And you're going to actually hear on our corporate call what's actually taking place and happening right now within Valentus. But again, you all, we're just absolutely jazzed up about the direction that we're headed. And nobody knows about this, you all, but it's not going to be like that forever. But I can tell you right now, how many times today has someone stopped and asked you, you know, have you heard about this new weight loss coffee called Slim Roast? Would you like to try some? Why haven't they said anything to you? Because they don't know about it. So if you're here listening to this, you all, you're in a very unique place. Very unique place. So that's my time for tonight, you all. It's always fun to just sit down and just have a little chat time with you. But listen, thank you so much for diving into with us tonight. Let's go ahead and jump on this corporate call. And if you need anything, be sure to get on our Facebook page. Get with the person that brought you on here. Get yourself upgraded into the system. And anything I can do to help you out or as an organization, we're here to help you. All right. With that said, stay blessed, and we'll catch you on this call here coming up shortly. Thanks, you all.